Hi, Evelyn and Andres. Thank you so much for meeting with me today. It was a pleasure to meet you. I kind of feel I did okay for the graphic design knowledge, except for the part where I had to design a brochure. And I think a lot of it was like I got really nervous and I completely blinked out and I started OCDing over things that did not matter. So I did not use my time efficiently. Like I was looking for fonts that I liked or things like that rather than really getting quickly and starting like laying out the design. So like of course I beat myself up over it during the whole drive home. So I decided to make this video for you so to show you my technical skills so that you can see like what my creative process is whenever I'm building a brochure. And so I'm making another brochure for you like within 15 minutes or less. So here it is, and thank you so much for your time again. I really appreciate your consideration, and please feel free to email me any questions. Thank you. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Here I am going to put an image, like a placeholder for an image, which is going to be the Kitchen Fair logo. And now using the type tool, I am going to create a text box for the header, the headline of the brochure. And so here, we're going to put it right here. Wait, let's just move it right to the right. Because I forgot you guys have two logos, like the Tu Puedes logo or something like that. So let's go ahead and put a placeholder for that other logo right here. And let's see, what else? I think there were like 3 different tiers of prices or yeah in the brochure, in the test brochure that I was trying to do earlier. So let's go ahead and put an image holder. Now inside of that image placeholder I would put the 2 different things. So like whenever I paste it in place, it would paste into that box that has the X on it. So I would put inside of that image I have to fit the 2 images, so to speak. Okay, so I have my text boxes and I'm going to align these. There we go. So that's that. I think this is looking pretty good. Okay, so now I gotta make sure that everything is in the correct layer so that I can lock a layer if I don't want something to move. So the text boxes I'm going to put in the same layer together, and then the image ones I'm going to put in a different layer so that I can turn off on and off the layers and I'm not confused if I have to make changes later on, or if I have a, because I've done this before that I don't have the images in the correct layer and sometimes I mess up and it creates like more of a time consuming process just to get it right. So it's best to have things in different layers from the very beginning just to make sure that we're not going to mess up and that we can make changes quickly and efficiently. So here I have these, I just duplicated these, and now I'm going to make sure that all my text boxes are in the correct layer. So I'm just going to select them and move them, drag them to the text layer, and there it is. Okay, so that's good. It's looking good. So here I am going to type in something. I can't remember what it was that it said on the test. Something about like rewards, right? Gosh, I had a typo here. Let's see. Something like to the extent of, oh dang it, I had a typo again. Hold on. Something that like participa y gana or like earn. I don't know. I'm not gonna focus on the copy right now because I mean it's just a text placeholder. But and I'm trying to remember where all the glyphs are. I haven't typed this in a while. Like kitchen fair. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm just going to type in something as a text placeholder, but I want my header to be right next to the logo for more impact. I don't want the type to be overwhelmingly big, but I do want the size to be like headline, maybe 24 points or bigger, just to make sure that it's legible and that it's the first thing that your eye is drawn to. And I'm going to place it right next to the Tu Puedes logo, just to make sure that, it reinforces the message that it's about the Tu Puedes program. So that's what I would do if I was making a brochure for the Tu Puedes, or Tu Puedes. I totally said that with a gringo accent. Sorry about that. That was kind of weird. Anyway, here I'm just typing away this thing para nuestra empresa y I hate that I'm spending so much time into the copywriting. It's just not good copyright now. I'm just trying to give you a sample of, for time's sake. Let's see. Premiamos a nuestros mejores vendedores. No. A nuestros representantes VIP. Estrella o VIP? No, VIP. Yeah, that. Okay. Sounds good enough for now. Yeah, I'm just gonna put anything else is just placeholder. Okay. So let's format this guy right here. Let's make it bigger, change the type font. I'm not going to spend a lot of time looking for the right type of font. Let's just pretend that you guys gave me Gotham Bold as my headline style font. So here I'm just going to put a break in here, and then I don't want to make this smaller. Okay, I'm just going to put another break here. There you go. That looks fairly nice. I need to work on the kerning between that paragraph and the other one, but you get the gist. And in here, I am going to make another little, like smaller, like a sub headline for each of the prices. And the reason why I broke up the prices into columns is so that they are very legible. Like, on the test earlier today, I was just kind of putting them like one after the other, and then when I thought about it, like on the way back from the car, like I wasn't driving, and then I thought about it, I was like, no, you want to have it like in columns because you want it to be super duper clear, and you don't want the eye to draw down. You want to compare, kind of like whenever you go online and you're comparing this, and this. I think horizontally versus vertical would make more sense if you are trying to show the type of prices. So I think this would work best. Let's put in the logo. There you go. And then we're gonna fit the content. Yeah, that's a good size, because you want to emphasize that. And now, let's see. No, what am I doing here? Oh yeah, I'm just gonna type in right here that that's the Tu Puedes logo, because you're like, what is that box? It would be the other logo. There you go. And I totally need to memorize the keyboard shortcuts, because this would be a lot faster if I didn't. So here, let's just really quick put in the type of prices, and like I think you guys had it like the first 90 days or something like that, and then for rewards a partir de los primeros 90 días. Okay, this is not correct, obviously. I'm just putting something. This should be maybe after the first 90 days, not a partir. Well, anyway, so I'm just gonna put in like two options. You can win this or that, right? So una playera polo o un mandil, maybe. Mandil, marca kitchen fair. And I think mandil might have a tilde. I have to. Oh, I'm not gonna worry about grammar for right now. Let's just get this built just for design's sake. I want this a little bit. I'm gonna have to do a break. I don't want it smaller. Yeah. I want it to stand out. So I'm just gonna have to do a paragraph break. And I'm gonna change the kerning here because it's just too close. There you go. I'm just gonna copy and paste my style because this is the kind of style that I want them to be. Yeah. There you go. And actually, you know what I learned while editing and proofreading brochures and circular ads and stuff like that. In Spanish, well, at least in Mexico, you know how like in English headlines you like capitalize the first letter of each word except when it's a preposition or something like that for headlines? Well, in Mexico or in Spanish, you really shouldn't. Even if it's a headline, you're not supposed to. You can use all caps or all lowercase except for the initial word. But I'm gonna totally ignore that style because, you know, we're just not gonna worry about grammar right now because we're designing. That's what we're doing. Okay, and I like this. I just picked this color because it coordinates. I'm gonna use a tint. I don't want like the orange, the bright orange, because I don't want to draw the eye to the background. But I do want to have some sort of scheme that blends in. So I just kind of drew this, and I gotta fix this. It's not quite right. I see. I selected these other things that I shouldn't have. Let's just undo that. There you go. Just isolating it. There it is. That's more smooth. Yeah, that's smoother for sure. And now, let's see. I'm not quite happy. I think like it's not blending. I'm gonna do a rounded rectangle on the background of these boxes so that they stand out more because I really don't want them to just get lost. You really need to be able to read these correctly because they are like your main focus. So let's see. Yeah, rounded. And they need to be white. Oh, I had other things selected. Oh, and I rounded this thing and I didn't need to round that. Let's undo that. Let's just redo this one more time. Rounded rectangle. And let's do white for the background. And there you go. That stands out more and that's super legible. And I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be like this. It actually could be like a darker orange, but not so dark, not so bright that it's, you know, taken away from the print. So it just depends. I kind of like this though. And we can actually decorate these a lot better, but I think like whenever you are designing, sometimes less is best because, you know, the type should be balanced and shouldn't detract from the overall design. But I mean, that's your main thing. You want people to be able to read this. So I don't want to overwhelm this. Like if I start adding effects. So I'm just going to keep it simple. There you go. That's a little bit better. Yeah, there we go.